Goodnight, sleepyhead. Well, it's time to go to bed. Say goodnight, sleepyhead. I said goodnight, sleepyhead. Well, it's time to go to bed. Say goodnight,
All right, welcome to episode 2 of season 2, episode 20 if you're keeping track. Maybe 21, I don't remember now. Goodnight, sleepyhead. Today we have Melissa here, and we also have Steven.
As always.
Steven. As my little boy says, Steven.
How'd that go again?
Steven.
Oh, that's very sweet when he says that.
Yeah, he
like
just
that.
started talking, so
Yep.
it's really cool.
Yep. It's very exciting to watch him grow.
Yeah, thank you. So on this show here, we talk about dreams. Last week, we talked about nightmares. Melissa had a nightmare the other night, but you gotta wait till next week to hear that one. But Steven is not going to tell a nightmare. He's going to tell us a regular dream.
This is just a regular dream.
Which is good, though, because we still do regular dreams.
Of course.
On Goodnight Sleepyhead.
And we always will. So.
Right? All right. So.
Now, I had this dream on June 19th, so it hadn't been that long ago.
That's recent.
It was a Friday, yes.
That's very recent.
Mm-hmm.
It's because it's like June 1st right now.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
really recent.
very recent.
Yeah.
And you know, ever since we took as we said in the last episode, we had to take a hiatus for a while from the show, and it seems like as soon as we stopped filming the show, I started dreaming.
And totally opposite with me.
Yeah. When we were doing the show, Jason was having all kinds of dreams, and I would have maybe one or two. So.
And Melissa had nightmares.
So. But this is a dream that I had on June 19th. It was on a Friday, and I call this dream Aunt Marie's house.
Oh.
And I've had a lot of dreams in my Aunt Marie's house.
Oh.
Yeah.
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 All right. I'm ready.
All right. Now, in this dream, I found myself over at my Aunt Marie's house, my Aunt Marie Burge. I was in the back part of the house, which when they purchased the house, I believe the back part was added on.
Cool.
Aunt Marie and her mother and father had lived across the street, which is, I know you all won't know, but you know where the Brahms is?
The Brahms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Brahms.
On 412.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they lived there across the street from where Central Kitchen is. And they bought this house on the other side of the street.
Cool.
Now, I was in the back part, and in the back part of Aunt Marie's house, there was a bathroom and a closet.
Were you a little boy in this dream? Or
No,
an
I
adult?
was current age.
Current age.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
In the back part of this house, of Aunt Marie's house, there was the bathroom, there was a closet, there was the door to the basement, the door to the attic, and a bedroom in the farthest northwest corner of the house.
Wow.
It was a very creepy bedroom, too.
That's creepy.
Aunt Marie lived in an old, spooky house.
Wow.
So, but the rest of the back room was there was an open section, and it was just full of stuff. Old chairs, boxes of books, toys, and that's how it really was in real life. Aunt Marie didn't throw anything away. And that back room was just, you could not stand in the middle of the room because it was just so many boxes of just everything you could imagine.
Wow.
Yeah. But now, in the dream, on the north wall, which is the very back wall of the house, that was completely changed. Now, originally, or in reality, I should say, there's the north wall, and where the west wall meets, that is where you would go in to the bedroom. That was in the northwest corner. But, you know, in dreams, sometimes things alternate.
Of course.
And just completely change. And what had happened in the dream, the first wall, which runs east and west, had an entrance behind it, which ran north and south. Which is, I know that's kind of hard to understand. But now, at the end of that wall, there was a door. And There was another north wall behind it, which was the very back of the room. So it kind of made a zigzag. It was like here was the north wall, here was this entrance into this hidden room, and here was the first north wall.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
one of the things about my dreams, they're very directional. Have you noticed that, Jason?
Yeah.
I'm always see directions in my dreams, which is strange. And I know that's kind of confusing to convey a lot of that to people. But
You're a very directional type of guy.
I am.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But anyway, through this doorway that ran north and south,
Yeah.
there appeared to be a room that was abandoned, and it was kind of dark and creepy.
Wow. You sure that's not a nightmare dream?
No, I promise you. It was dungeon-like, and all that was in there, the only lighting was candles.
Ooh.
Yeah. When I kind of walked in halfway, and there was what was in there was just big old pieces of wooden furniture.
Wow.
That was all that was in there.
That's creepy.
Yeah. But I didn't want to go all the way to the back of the room because it was scary.
You would have died.
I probably would have. But all of a sudden, I came back out, and on the west wall, I found an old square grand piano.
Oh, cool.
And I don't know if you've ever seen pictures of those, Jason, but they were actually made at one point. They're kind of a rarity now. They are grand pianos in the shape of a square. Yeah. So you might...
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, maybe throw a picture on there so the viewers can...
And they're called what again?
It's called a square grand piano.
Okay, gotcha. Square grand piano. Square grand piano. Square grand piano. Square grand piano. Square grand piano.
I'll help you remember that. So now, this grand piano was between the doorways to the bathroom and the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
And on the other end of the piano, there were several drawers that you pulled out.
Mm-hmm.
And you put stuff in. Now, that was very unusual because that's not how they're made. But in the dream, that's what this was. Now, I sat down and I began to play the piano, but I don't know what it was I played.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea. It was unrecognizable music. Now, as I was playing this piano, I looked to the east, and on the first north wall, there was a cabinet with 3 drawers. And each drawer, when I opened them, each drawer was filled to the top. I mean, these drawers were packed with pictures of the Burge family and the Thomas family.
That's your family.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And my great grandfather was a Burge. My great grandmother was a Thomas. Now these 3 drawers full of pictures. Nobody had ever seen these before.
Wow.
No one.
Wow.
They were just lost, and all of a sudden there they were. And there was probably over 1,000 pictures in those drawers.
Wow.
So I mean, I was just jumping up and down for joy because I'm all into the old pictures. But as I looked through the pictures, I found some of my great grandmother. Now her name was Fanny, but she was born in 1882, and that was before Fanny meant bottom. So
I didn't know Fanny meant bottom. No, I'm just kidding.
yes, there were pictures of my great grandma Fanny, and there were pictures of her youngest sister, which was my great great aunt Della.
That's cool, then.
But I don't remember what the other pictures were. It was just those were the only 2 people that I saw in the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
So now on the west wall there was a closet that Aunt Marie kept stuff in. Did I mention that Aunt Marie kept things?
I think he did.
Yes,
Well,
she kept everything. But this was in this old closet. There was like mason jars. There was these glass jugs of kerosene, and my great grandpa Caskey's old walking canes were in there. Now, that was in the dream, but in reality, that stuff was really in that closet.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Now, just to give you an idea of how old her house was, in that closet, her electric meter was inside the house in that closet.
Oh, that's in real life.
Yes.
Yes.
Have you ever heard of that?
Yes.
Houses having that?
Back in the day when me and Melissa were ghost hunters, which we don't do no more. We
Good for you.
We ran across a house that had a
Really?
Yeah, and the lady explained to us that's just the way they did it back then.
Yeah, that's
the
how
meters
old.
used to be inside the house, and the power guy had to come inside your house to read the meter.
That is right. That is
Craziness.
exactly right. Yeah. Yeah. And that shows you how old this house was that she lived in.
Mm-hmm.
But let me turn the page here. Yes, I have this written down because there was so much to tell.
Well, we want to hear it.
Okay. Now, now I'm in the closet. I've opened up this closet. Now this is where it's going to start to get kind of silly.
Okay.
Now, on the east wall, in the southeastern corner of the back room where all this is taking place, is the door to the attic. That really was there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, once you open that door, there was kind of a winding staircase, and it took you into the attic. And I was up there one time. Aunt Marie had asked us to come over, and she had stuff up there. Surprise, surprise. And she asked for us to come over and clean that up. And I just remember there was like boxes of old toys. My cousin Brad, I think his baby toys were up there. And I remember there was a little rocker, and it was probably Brad's walker. And this stuff had been up there for I don't know how long. But when we were, Aunt Marie did not go up there because she was in her 80s at that time. She was not able to. But when you went up there, I remember on the south side of the attic, there was just all over the floor was live wires.
Like open wire?
Yeah.
Like hot electric?
Yeah, yeah.
Ugh.
And we had to be very careful not to step on them. Aunt Marie's house was very old and was not up to electrical codes.
That's in real life, huh?
Yes.
Holy crud.
Yes. Aunt Marie lived in an old house, and she never had an air conditioner.
Wow.
She never
It
had air
gets
conditioning.
hot.
I know. And whenever this is the thing that she ended up having to go into a nursing home in 2002. She lived until 2009. She was 96 when she died, but she had passed out from heat prostration,
Yeah.
and she almost died.
Well,
If it hadn't been for my mom, my grandma tried to call her, and she couldn't get her. Mom finally went over there, and I think she got in the house and found Aunt Marie on the couch.
holy crud.
It was scary.
Yeah.
It was very scary. But I was up there in that attic.
In the dream.
Yes, all this stuff. Well, no, in the dream, I didn't go into the attic, but I was just telling you what was up there.
Gotcha.
In reality. Now, all of a sudden, Mom appears. She just kind of comes out of nowhere. And she tells me, she says, Stephen, there is an entryway to the attic from this storage closet where the electrical meter was. And I said, no, Mom, the doorway to the attic is over in the southeastern corner. You can't get into the attic from the closet. But she insisted. She said, no, there is an entryway to the attic from this closet. And I said, okay, well, go ahead, show me. And all of a sudden, the closet just got bigger. It expanded. And as we walked in to the south, there was something like a loft. It was living quarters.
Wow.
And there was people that were living in there.
What?
Yeah. There was people that lived up there, and there was an open wall, and I just kind of remember it
And you
was...
did not know this in the dream?
Pardon?
Your family in the dream didn't notice? The family in the loft?
I think... I don't know if they did or not.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Just all of a sudden, people appeared.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And I just... You could see into their living quarters, and it was just kind of roped off. And I remember it was up a little bit. There was the floor where we were standing, and this was up a little bit higher. So there was really no way to get up there. But there were people living in there. Now, all of a sudden, I look up, and there's this couple. Now, it was a man and a woman. The woman looked like Terry Garr.
Oh, yeah.
And the man looked like Jay Leno.
Wow. Have they ever met?
I don't know.
I don't think they were in a movie together.
I don't think they were either. But he looked like Jay Leno. He was wearing a long robe, and he appeared to be looked like a baseball cap.
That must have been a pretty big baseball cap.
Yeah, because he's got a big head. But
that's so funny.
Now, when I was up there, I all of a sudden became very worried about my cats,
Oh,
Piney and Willie.
Why?
Well, I was afraid that they were going to get stuck up there, and I wasn't going to get them out.
But they weren't there. Were they there?
Not until just then.
Wow. It's weird how dreams work.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, Willie just changed colors. Willie is a great big black and white cat, but he turned to all black.
Weird.
Yes, and he was even bigger and fatter than what he is now.
Sure it was the same cat?
Yeah, it was Willie. He just all of a sudden, black cat, bigger than what he is. Now, all of a sudden, the setting just completely changes.
Yeah.
I'm not at Aunt Marie's house anymore. I'm over at my Grandma Laura's house, which was about... maybe 2.5 blocks west of where Aunt Marie lived. They lived within walking distance. And over at Grandma's house, there was like a estate sale that took place. And there were several travel trailers that were just filled with camper shells. They were travel trailers with the camper shells removed, and they were filled with 33 1/3 records.
Oh, that's cool.
And I kind of looked through some of them, and most of it was like classic rock from the late 70s, so it was really nothing that I was that interested in. But I looked through all of these, some of the records, and I found out there was nothing that I needed, and then I woke up. And that is the Aunt Marie's House Dream. So.
Wow.
You got off to a little shaky start there. I apologize.
No, it's good.
That
I
was
liked it.
That was as good as I could tell it. So
Aunt Marie's house.
yeah, but the coolest part was the pictures.
Yes.
And of course, these don't exist. But can you imagine just finding a little cabinet with 3 shelves, and they're just, you open it up and pictures are falling out.
Well,
Just thousands of pictures.
kind of like that at my grandma's house, actually.
Really? That's cool.
Yes.
You think she has pictures of my family over
I
there?
think she does too.
Maybe some of the Thomases or the Burges.
Yeah.
So.
Weird.
Yeah. So that's
very
my
strange.
dream.
What do you think of that, Melissa?
She's yawning, so I don't think she found it very interesting.
It's late.
It is. It's 11:35 p.m. on a Friday night in Enid, Oklahoma.
All right. So how do we get a hold of you, Steve?
You can get a hold of me at scharwood@gmail.com.
And get a hold of me and Melissa at goodnightsleepyheadshow.com. No, that's not right. .gmail. That's not right either. At gmail.com. Man.
.com.
Yeah, you like my shirt?
That's a nice shirt, Jason. I like that.
You know where you can get one?
Well, where can you get one of those at?
Not for you.
I like cheese.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, he's going to the bank.